Lotus Squad. Welcome back to Lotus Tarot TV 444. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the squad. Now, there is a lot that I want to touch on today when it comes to relationships. And lately, the message that's been coming through has been fear. There's a lot of fear right now that a lot of us could be feeling when it comes to relationships, friendships, new people, and just everything in general. And right now, more faith, more optimism when we are moving forward. Now, let me make sure that everything is working smoothly before we get into the messages. Okay. Let me see. There we go. Now, I feel like right now, a lot of good things are starting to develop. And I've been noticing a lot more lately that specific angel numbers such as 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's funny how I'm bringing this number up and I look at the clock and it's 12:34. And the other numbers that keep coming through is 888, 808, and 333. Now, before we get into the messages at hand, I want to touch on the meanings of these numbers. And with 1, 2, 3, 4, there are many different meanings for this particular number. And one of the meanings for 1, 2, 3, 4 is I love you. Another one for the number 1, 2, 3, 4 is you're starting to move into the space where you're regaining balance. You're starting to tap into your creative energy, and you're starting to see things manifest in the tangible realm. This is also about the numbers individually. So the number 1 is all about the self, self-actualization, self-mastery, new beginnings. The number 2 is all about relationships and finding inner and outer balance in our lives. And these are just simplistic meanings for these numbers, right? Now, the number 3 specifically is all about communication, creativity. This is where you start to see things manifest in the spiritual realm first, before you see it in the tangible realm, which leads me to the number 4, which is all about not only manifestation, but it refers to relationships. It refers to the home and the hearth and your resources. Things will start to manifest in these realms right now. And thank you guys so much for the likes. I see you guys are showing your support. And this leads me also to what type of attitude we need to adopt at this current time while we are focused on manifestation. And that is maintaining an attitude of gratitude. So whatever it is that you have to be grateful for or thankful for, such as a roof over your head, such as, friendships that you have that are very supportive to you, people within your family that are supportive. Hey, soul, welcome, sweetie. What is it that you have to be grateful for in your life right now? The more that we focus on the positives, If we have food to eat, we have shelter, we have people that we can go to for a support system. All of these things make us richer than we know. And so the other numbers that have been coming through as well, right, have been 808 as well as 888 or 88. Seeing 8 in general is a good omen. When we turn the number 8 on its side, it turns into the infinity symbol. And this is indicative of the infinite amount of possibilities and opportunities that we have to look forward to. And not only that, the number 8 represents positive paradigm shifts. So if we have looked at ourselves in a negative way, or maybe we have self-deprecating thoughts, self-limiting belief systems, we are starting to make positive changes. We're starting to look at ourselves in a more positive light and to look at life in a more positive light. Also, when we see the number 8, this is all about a positive change in status. So this could be a positive change in social status, as well as a positive change regarding our financial status. So a lot of you guys may be receiving your more and more as time progresses. And I also feel like energetically as a whole, we will start to see a lot more positive shifts around us. So whenever we see angel numbers, keep in mind that when it's triple digits or double digits, regardless of which one, keep in mind that the energy then becomes amplified with these numbers. So if you guys have been seeing 888 or 88, just keep in mind that the energies associated with that number is now amplified twice or 3 times. So you can start to see a lot of changes, not just in your financial and social status, but you'll start to see things shift around you, in your environment, in your relationships. Now, there was something that came through for the past couple of days regarding some of the spirit animals that I've been seeing. And the first ones in particular were the blue jay and the cardinal. Now, the blue jay is all about being able to be fierce in the face of enemies. You're able to defend yourself. You're a fierce protector, and you are, in fact, being protected by the angels, by your ancestors. And what I also see with the blue jay as well as the cardinal, both of these birds have similar meanings when it comes to love. And a lot of us are starting to find a life partner. And with some of these love offers that we're being presented with, some of us are in fact realizing who we would have a genuine connection with, who is worth our efforts, our time, our energy. Prosperity is entering into our lives. Abundance, success, and happiness is entering into our lives. And the reason why I wanted to start this whole reading off in regards to the fear that I was picking up on today, I think that a lot of us that are being presented with a potential love interest here, some of us may be presented with the challenge of being fearful about this connection, or being fearful about putting ourselves back out there again, being fearful about what will happen later on down the road. And a lot of us would do well with sifting through some of these fearful thought forms and eliminating them one by one by taking some time to ourselves and going inward. And the more that we go inward and we take some time to ourselves and we rest, that will give us more time to see who's really right for us, who we've grown apart from, who we need to cut off, and so on and so forth. Now, let me ask of the cards, gods and goddesses, what messages do you have for all zodiac signs? Please give me a Celtic cross, please, for the collective. What is it that we need to see? Thank you. Now, this is going to be for the upcoming week. And I decided to do this a little bit earlier. I just looked down at the clock again. It's 12:44 now. So some of you guys could be seeing a lot more of 444 and 44. And we've touched on that a little bit back on April 4th, which was a 444 day, which is perfect for this channel, Lotus Tarot TV 444. But a lot of beautiful things are starting to manifest for us right now. We're starting to see things develop. And it could be a lot of things that we were praying for since last year or even before last year. You know, we've been working towards achieving something here and manifesting abundance, success, health, wealth, love, and happiness. These things are starting to come through for us. And so I feel like right now, a lot of us may have felt like there was a dark cloud surrounding us, but now the sun is starting to break through the clouds, and we are starting to feel a lot more liberated with our current situations. And so going back to some of the fearful thoughts and the fearful energy that I was picking up on, a lot of us may do well with looking back at the past and making peace with the past. Some of us would do well with forgiving ourselves and really releasing anybody and anything that's no longer serving us. I've been noticing, especially when it comes to, friendships, for example, let's just start with that. I've been noticing that there's a lot of back and forth energy. So some of you guys may be feeling a little bit conflicted with whether you should continue to put time and effort into certain friendships and, even family relationships and relationships as a whole that you've had for many years. But then there's this resistance that you feel. So this could be external, other people. You're starting to realize that not only have you grown apart, but you're just in two different mindsets and two different paths. So you guys are just not meshing well energetically, not just, with the way that you think and the way that you feel and the person that you are. I feel like we're starting to realize more so that the resistance that we're feeling is a combination of external influences as well as internal. Some of us could be battling ourselves right now about whether or not we should continue to move forward with a lot of the people that we've held on to for many years. And a lot of us are conflicted because of the fact that we are related by blood or we have known, and we are conflicted with feeling like we owe certain people our loyalty. But the reason why we're feeling that conflict is because we know deep down the people that have not shown us loyalty. And we are realizing that we are finally realizing that enough is enough. Now, the connection is saying that it's unstable. So what I'm going to have everyone do, if you would please, besides hitting that like button, guys, be sure to drop a number 8 and let me know that you're seeing and hearing me clearly. Because not only are we conflicted internally, but there are a lot of external conflicts that some of us are working through or have already come out of. And now we're trying to shift into a different phase of our lives right now. Some of us are conflicted because we've grown so used to having to fight in some way, shape, or form. Fight for us to be noticed, or to fight for a position in the workplace, to fight for, fight for respect when it comes to people in the family. Fight. We always had to fight for something. And now I feel like the universe is telling us we don't have to fight anymore. And so while we make this transition from the past to the present, we're shifting our consciousness from poverty consciousness to a more abundant one. We're starting to identify what needs to fall away in order for us to be able to allow the blessings owed to us to come in. Some of us may have dealt with having to fight other people that we have given our all to. And it just seems like it's never enough with certain people. So while we're feeling like it's never enough, the more that we give, the more that we fight with certain people like this, and it just ends up leaving us feeling like it's never enough. Now we're looking at what we deserve. We're looking at and reevaluating our actual worth. And if there are people around us right now that are disrupting our peace, not giving us respect, impeding upon our boundaries, now we have to make a choice that will make or break the energies moving forward. If we continue to stay around negative people, negative environments, and we're trying to move forward and progress in life, to glow up, you're going to start seeing energetically a lot of interference. Now, keep in mind, on April 20th, that will be the beginning of Mercury retrograde. So we have 3 more days before Mercury is retrograde. And we know full well what that energy entails. And a lot of people from the past, especially, will pop up in our minds, and we'll wonder, well, why are they on my mind? I haven't thought about them, and I don't know how long. I'm not interested in rekindling anything. Maybe we will receive communication from people that we haven't heard from in I don't know how long. And that could also be providing some conflict. We need to be prepared for that. We need to be prepared because certain people, as stated many times throughout these readings, many people that come to mind, those people aren't going to change, especially people within our family. Intuitively, we know what's best for us. Intuitively, we can sense who is smiling in our faces and talking shit behind our back. I've been getting a lot of messages about that, where there's a lot of underhanded behavior going on from people like this. So they may seem like they're a supporter. They may seem like they really have your back. They say all the right things when it comes to your goals and your accomplishments. But at the end of the day, the vibe doesn't lie. And there seems to be a lot of conflicting energies as well when it comes to that. Now, going back to the number 1, 2, 3, 4, when it comes to the number 2 within that number, the number 2 can also represent decisions. We have a lot of decisions to make that will change our lives dramatically, and it's up to us to make that a negative change or a positive change. It's up to us to perceive things as positive or negative. See, there seems to be a lot of deceptive people that we have run into from the past. Some of us have even run into deceptive people and con artists, scammers, and the like, even in the present. That right there is feeding some of the flames that we are conflicted with when it comes to fearful thoughts, fearing new connections. See, there's going to be some unexpected changes, you guys. Something is going on behind the scenes that we won't necessarily identify or find out about until after the fact, especially until after Mercury goes retrograde, right? And for the majority of May, or rather the first half of May, we can expect these lingering energies of the retrograde to come through. Now, I'm seeing this here, the Ace of Wands, and we saw the Queen of Chalices a second ago. So I want to pause for a second. So intuitively, we're starting to trust what comes through. So for the empaths out there, for the people that, have developed more intuitive abilities through meditation, through divination, things like this, we're starting to trust ourselves more and what comes through. And some of us are developing more abilities or strengthening the already existing intuitive abilities through our creativity, through making music, through writing, through singing, through some sort of creative expression. You could even edit videos or record videos or whatever it is that you're doing right now. And it's allowing you to reignite this passion that you have. So whatever you're passionate about, you're starting to come back into your own, and you're starting to feed those flames. You're allowing yourself to start taking the initiative in your own life. So if you've been praying for success, you've been hoping and wishing for, love, friendship, genuine people, an opportunity, what have you, the opportunities are there. But we have to do away with certain people right now. We have to still make certain decisions that, again, will make or break us moving forward. And a lot of us are struggling with that part. So the more that you tap into this creative ability, the more you'll be able to trust yourself and trust your judgment and trust your decisions and stay firm on those things coming in as well. There's somebody that some of you guys are dealing with right now. It could be a water sign for some of you, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, where I really feel like there's someone that is expressing how they feel. They may even be expressing their fears. Some of you guys could be the Queen of Chalices. Some of you guys may have water in your chart somewhere. And we are starting to allow ourselves and allow our hearts to be more open to what we receive. So if we're receiving more attention, more praise, and receiving more offers when it comes to love, friendship, and even business opportunities. These things are definitely what we need to focus on right now in order for us to continue to grow spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. The Seven of Pentacles reverse comes out. And a lot of us would do well with investing in ourselves right now. So, especially when it comes to finances, some of us could be paying off a lot of debts. And at this current time, we're dealing with temporary setbacks when it comes to, hours. Certain businesses are not open currently. And so while we're investing in paying off debts, investing our money in, some of us are investing in certain stocks, investing in the home, we would do well with continuing to invest in certain things that will make our money work for us. We would do well with continuing to invest in our healing. And there's a lot of people that we've invested in that didn't return or reciprocate the effort, the time, and the energy that we put in. And some of us may have internalized this. A lot of us could be dealing with people in the family and friendships, or ex-friends especially, where we've given our all. We've given them money, we've given our time, our effort, our energy, and they couldn't be bothered. Whenever we needed some support, or needed understanding, or needed someone to meet us halfway. And so the more that we start to identify who these people are, and to not invest in them anymore, and to continue to invest in ourselves. The more that we invest in our own home, in our own selves, in our own businesses, especially for those that are starting your own business. If we're not allowing our money to work for us, then we're blowing money on things that will depreciate in value. We're not investing in our business. We're not putting that money that we're making back into our dreams, ourselves. Now, the more that we continue to invest in ourselves, this is where we start to see long-term financial stability. This is where we start to see, especially the more we invest in ourselves, we start to see that we are healing. We reach a new level of understanding. And the more that we understand ourselves, the more we'll be able to understand others. Hey, you guys. I'm glad you guys are here with me today. Now I'm going to cut the deck here. So I've been seeing this person a lot lately. And this has been, a week ago or over the past couple weeks. I've been seeing this person that really embodies the energy of a ticking time bomb. And they're all over the place. For some of you, it could be an air sign specifically. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm also seeing that somebody has a really bad temper. So not only are they mentally all over the place, they have no impulse control. Our plates, all of these things on our mind, all of these things to get done and not enough hours in the day. And especially when we're dealing with somebody like this, they're just reckless. They don't think before they say and do anything, you know. They cause problems. They like to start fights, start arguments, you know, pit people against each other. And I think somebody is moving way too hastily. They're moving way, they're ahead of themselves. And they're ending up causing more. And the more damage that they're causing, you know, the worse off that this person is, you know, and the more distance is created between us and this person. Now, when it comes to ourselves, a lot of us may do well with communicating how we truly feel before it consumes us. So if there's something that's been on our minds, we've been going around and around and around and both speaking on how we feel. But if we're dealing with somebody like this here, who we know is a ticking time bomb and anything may set this person off, writing these things out would be better for us. Clearing our minds. So going back to tapping into our creativity, writing, dancing, singing, even if it's just simply listening to music. And while you're listening to music, just let yourself go for a second, you know, allow yourself to escape in a constructive manner, to clear your mind. And right now, and I'm loving how I'm seeing this. This is the get money card. Get money, right? Balance between work and home, balance between work and play, especially, is necessary. This will allow us to keep being effective and efficient. If we're overworking or if we're resting on our laurels, this is where we start to see things be completely disorganized. We start to lose balance within. And we end up dropping the ball. But if we learn to balance what we have to do at home, at work, and balance rest and work, and all of these different things here, this is where we can start to see progress. See, and we're going back to this number 2, you guys. So this is all about focusing on making the decisions that are in your best interest. So if it has nothing to do with your home, your finances, things that concern you and your resources, if your relationships are imbalanced, you're doing all the giving and somebody's doing all the taking. If we make the right decision to regain balance here, this is where we start to see more success. If we get organized, manage our time wisely, not let anyone distract us, not allow ourselves to become distracted. Now, going back to the 7 of Pentacles, some of us are buying seeds. A lot of us have a green thumb. So we enjoy not only the spring weather, but we're enjoying learning how to create a garden. Some of us are just now beginning to create a garden of their own. A lot of us, especially in this current financial climate or economic climate, Now, some of us are finally getting that confidence and feeling more ambitious about creating our own businesses here. Now, let's lay everything out, you guys. All right. So I see the Queen of Cups coming out again, and this is crowning us. Hey, hey. Okay. I'm liking what we're seeing here. Wow. Okay. So, yeah. So, there are 3 people right now. Could be 3 friends, 3 people in our families that need to be done away with permanently. Earth, fire, and air signs may be the specific signs that the majority of us are dealing with when it comes to who we need to let go of. Hello, Angel. Welcome to the Lotus Squad and welcome to the live stream. Now, there's going to be certain delays, and especially going back to that Mercury retrograde energy that's coming up on the 20th. Mercury is all about communication. It's all about travel. The mind especially, and technology. So if there's any data on your computer that needs to be backed up, I suggest that you do that. Make sure that you're checking over your messages 2, 3, and 4 times over to make sure that there are no mistakes. There's also a tendency to follow through or listen to information that someone is presenting as facts, but they're really not. They're not facts at all. And so if we don't fact check things, and if we don't fact check other people and just blindly follow what we're being told, there's a tendency of misinformation going around and being taken as truth. Now, somebody that we considered friends here and somebody that may have triangulated us in the past, you know, especially to those of us that have dealt with cheating in the past, some of us may end up getting contact from somebody that has done these things, especially to friends that have not celebrated us, that have not, again, put in the same effort that we have. These people that didn't value what we were bringing to the table may be returning, but it's just a temporary situation with that. Because, again, there's certain people here that I keep seeing that really are not looking to change at all. They may say all of the right things. They may be really kind, but at some point you'll start to see that the same behavioral patterns still remain. And with these behavioral patterns, a lot of us will in fact decide these people are just distractions. These people are not bringing out the best in me. They're only bringing out the stress in me. It's time for me to walk away. There may be a few of us right now that may be feeling creatively blocked. So these blockages could come from a multitude of things that I'm seeing here in this reading. For some of us, a lot of us are dealing with drinking. Some of us may be drinking just to ease the pain or just to get our minds off things, to decompress a bit. And for those of us that are creative and intuitive, especially, we'll start to see blockages when we indulge in these types of things. There's definitely a situation concerning family members as well, where we're feeling drained. It's not a fulfilling situation at all. And for some of us, we may be dealing with people that are drinking within the family as well. Now, we're challenged with the mind right now. So earlier I saw this sort of scatterbrain type of energy, right? So while some of us are in fact feeling scatterbrained, some of us are feeling trapped in our minds about all of these things that we need to take care of, about all of these decisions that we are being presented with, about this, that, and the third. And while we are feeling trapped in our minds right now, we have to come to terms with the fact that we are still in control. We have to find a way to release what is draining us, family for than 3 people, and their energies are really adding to the Mercury retrograde energy when it comes to, delayed plans, canceled trips, communication or miscommunication, communication issues, all of these different things. I feel like certain people are adding to this right now. A lot of us are dealing with a fatherly figure and or a boss here where they are abusive, to say the least. They abuse their power. They abuse their position in other people's lives. They maybe there's somebody that we may have broken up with in the past or divorced in the past here that's still trying to interfere in our lives in some way. So if they find out that we're talking to someone new, and guys, be wary of flying monkeys that's coming through. If you guys are still talking to someone that you had, a mutual friendship with, between you and an ex here, or between you and old friends, or even both here, I think that you're going to have to cut ties with those flying monkeys, even though they may seem like they're a supporter or that they're on your side. Because what I'm seeing here is that somebody that we're no longer speaking to, it may have been a really bitter breakup or, a really ugly divorce. This person is still trying to wreak havoc. I feel like there's somebody here that's still miserable and wants everybody else to be miserable. And so they'll go around and not only start a smear campaign, but they will get flying monkeys, i.e. the people that you mutually know, even family members. I'm seeing that coming through, could be used as flying monkeys. And they're all going around spreading your business. So whoever you identify as a narcissist from your past and in your family, especially, this person is really working double time right now to sabotage what you have going for yourself. A lot of us are focusing on how we can make ourselves happy. That's on our minds, that a lot of us would do well with meditating, for sure. I keep seeing that. If you guys need releasing any sort of pain that you may be harboring, then that would be in your best interest. Because, I mean, look, this is the Emperor reverse. So this is somebody that has a lot of pride. You know, they can't seem to put their pride aside to apologize for any wrongdoing that they may have caused or any pain that they may have caused. They won't apologize. They're ruthless. So they have no empathy for anyone else but themselves. They will throw anyone under the bus to make themselves look good. So this is the type of person where if you guys had a bitter divorce or a bitter breakup here, that everything that they did to you to cause you pain, the cheating, the lying, and all of the above, they'll tell everybody else that you were doing these things. So while they're telling everybody else that you were doing all these things, just outright lying about the whole entire situation, you'll start to notice that people will start to shift, or they'll start to turn. Their energy's not the same anymore. And so you may get a little bit confused about why that is until you kind of pull back from the situation. You kind of step back from everyone around you, and you start to trust your intuition and listen to your intuition and let it guide you. Because somebody's trying to control the narrative. So they're telling other people, you know, especially if jail was involved, somebody may be dealing with false charges, you guys. I've dealt with a narcissist. For some of you, it could be an Aries, you know, for those of you dealing with the fire sign. But there's definitely somebody here that put somebody in jail. So they may have had and lo and behold, they were the ones all along that have been doing the lying, the cheating, the stealing, all of the illegal activity here, but they blamed it on somebody else that put their trust in them. Now, most of you may not identify with that energy, but just take what resonates and leave the rest. But that's something that's coming through. Somebody may have wrongfully, you know, sent somebody to jail and made up lies. This is the type of person that will hit themselves and then go and say, oh, this person was beating on me, you know, this person was doing this, and, you know, or they may instigate a fight, poking the bear repeatedly, so to speak, and then turn around and say, oh my God, I'm the victim, when they're really going around victimizing other people. That's what I'm seeing. And whoever this is, they're going around telling, especially if this has something to do with somebody in the family, they'll go around and have all of the other family members that you may have been pretty close to. They'll go and tell them, oh, you know, she did this, but they'll never tell the truth about what they did to instigate, what they did to cause the problem. They'll just put it all on everybody else. Blame shifting. See, somebody doesn't want to be exposed, but they're going to get exposed. So right now, what I'm hearing is you're going to have to kill them with kindness. And if you can, do your best to continue to avoid these types of people here. There's a woman that's very jealous. There's a man here. And I'm not, listen, to the men that watch me, I just want you to know that just take what resonates with your situation. Please don't take what I say personally. I'm just reading what's in the cards here. And the Emperor represents a fatherly figure, male. And keep in mind the energies can in fact go vice versa. But there is a man here. For the men out there, some of you may be dealing with a fatherly figure of your own who this could be referring to. So please don't take this personally. You know, that I call out, don't take it personally. But there's a male here, okay, that is in the family and that we may have dated in the past that's going around instigating shit, talking shit about us behind our backs, but smiling in our face. And there's somebody here that's actively trying to prevent us from finding love, finding someone new by smearing our names, telling outright lies, trying to isolate you. And I feel like a lot of us are starting to figure out what's been going on here, and we're dropping them. Here's the 7 of Cups reversed. So all of the illusions that have been presented to us, all of the lies, all of the cheating, it's catching up to someone here. And so what they're doing now, because they can't put their pride aside, they're doubling down on the lies, even when they're presented with concrete proof. They will still double down on the lies or try to pawn it off and blame shift somebody else for what they caused and for what they have done to others. So the reason why they're going around gossiping and spreading lies, the reason why they're always pointing the finger is because they're trying to distract everyone else from the real culprit, which is themselves. And it's always been them. Everybody's going to find out. 2 of Chalices reversed. Yeah. Some of us could be dealing with a boss that will blame their employees for a mistake that they themselves made. That's also coming through. There's an owner of a company or a manager of a company or even a CEO here that will throw their employees under the bus to make themselves look good. And while they're trying to make themselves look good, of course they have to fabricate documents or, not give accurate renditions of what really happened. And this is becoming a problem, especially to those of us dealing with workplace abuse as well, not just, friends and family where this energy is relevant. But in the workplace, we intuitively knew that it was time to go, especially to those of us that have decided, oh no, I'm not going to put myself at risk and I'm not going to break my back trying to work for a company or work for someone or do things for someone that wouldn't do the same for me. That does not, that's not even paying me accurately, especially. Now, going into a more general sense about somebody being a CEO that's been doing shady business tactics or shady business dealings, these things are going to come out whether they want it to or not. So they can step down. There have been a lot of CEOs that have stepped down from companies lately. Things are going to come out in the wash. It's all a matter of time. For example, and I want to touch on this a little bit, YouTube, the shadow banning, the deleting of comments. So if you're talking about something that has something to do with truth, if you're talking about something that is exposing certain people in power, certain people within, politics and things of that nature, when you're exposing things like this, now they're wanting to censor what you're saying. So they'll delete your comments. They'll shadow ban your account. So it looks like you're posting comments, but you'll notice, hey, I'm not getting as many likes as I used to. Not that the likes matter, but it's a good indicator of your comments being suppressed or hidden. Deleting videos where other people are talking about certain topics, such as what we're dealing with currently, 5G, and all of these things that we're dealing with that affect us all. They're actively deleting the truth. For example, I've noticed a lot of truther channels that I've watched are being suppressed. So they may have gotten a certain ratio through, through the chat, and they will give you the runaround. They'll tell you, generic answers that have nothing to do with the problem. But when you present facts, when you present screenshots, they have nothing to say. For example, let me just use this as an example. So for example, Logan Paul, of what this particular person did with a specific video that YouTube did not take down, that caused a major controversy. And news outlets, mainstream news outlets, were picking up what he did. And the fact that, for example, smaller channels, people that are not as popular as this particular influencer, why is it that we're being punished when somebody that has, made a huge immoral decision to make a video going into, touchy topics, putting up somebody that was deceased in a video, why is it that this person is still getting millions of views when the little guy's getting suppressed? Why is that? See, that's an example of abusing one's power. Why is it that I'm noticing, and I don't know how many of you guys have seen this on the channels and everywhere else, why is it that bots are getting 450,000 subscribers, spamming comments, and the more that you report these bot channels, people that are sub-botting, view-botting, like-botting, why are they still up? But then people like me, for example, I have a video up referring to being a targeted individual that was up for more than a month, monetized, might I add. But now all of a sudden, just yesterday, the video was demonetized. Why is that? Because it was getting too many views? Why was it demonetized a month later? See, these are the examples of somebody abusing their power. So while the little creators are getting punished for something that a bigger creator did, this bigger creator is still getting views. Now we're starting to see more celebrities on the platform. And now, since I'm more aware of sub-botting, view-botting, like-botting, and I'm seeing bot channels, now it's making me wonder how many people actually earn some of the subscribers and views that they have. How many are paying for these things? See, a lot of corruption going on with that is starting to come out. And if it hasn't come out yet, it's getting ready to. Now, when it comes to our relationships, be careful about what information you're telling them. Because the more that we seek solace in solitude, the more we can gain a clearer perspective, and the more we can move forward without any external influences sabotaging our efforts. So the focus is on the self, going inward. See, I'm noticing that there are certain relationships or situations that we're currently dealing with as well when it comes to a lack of closure. So if there's definitely something that we need to talk to someone about, seeking guidance, spiritual guidance, or even just counseling, we would do well with these things to get whatever we need to get off of our chest, out in the open. And guys, I want to say this. While continuing to use discernment, I do see love is coming in. But there may be somebody with daddy issues, mommy issues, that need to focus, blame shifting. We would do well with not involving ourselves in the chaos and not getting caught up in defending ourselves, because somebody's trying to set it up to where we have to be in a position to where we either choose to defend ourselves and make ourselves look and sound as crazy as they may be presenting ourselves to be, or we make the choice to be the bigger person, to let them exhaust all their little connections with these flying monkeys here. Let them exhaust that while we continue to focus on the self, while we continue to invest in the self, while we continue to build our empire here. A lot of us need to do away with a lot of people in the family right now. So if you're really close to somebody that's still talking to your mother or your father or whoever it is that is the abuser here, they've got to go. There will be travel delays. There's something here that we felt incomplete about. So if we feel like we had unfinished business with someone here and seeking closure from those that have abused us or caused harm, we're finally starting to realize that the closure has to come from within. So we have to accept an apology that we will never receive. Period. We have to learn to accept apologies that we will never receive. This is especially true when it comes to parents, you guys. Now, the advice is all about spiritual growth, expanding horizons, broadening your horizons. See, with this alone, you guys will start to get more recognition the more that you put yourself out there in regards to your business. So the more that you put yourself out there regarding your business or regarding your creative pursuits, your talents and your gifts, a lot more people will recognize this. But we've got to realize that certain people, especially in the family and even ex-friends or people that we tried to keep around as friends, they're not going to be the ones to show you love and support. Most of the time, it's going to turn out to be strangers that see your gifts and talents and cheer you on, which is kind of like the situation here. You guys, this is why I call us the Lotus Squad. You guys have been amazing along my journey here with this channel and with everything. And I always want you guys to know that all of you guys are special. All of you guys, I'm grateful for all of you guys. And you guys have taught me that I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of support. There are people out there willing to stick by my side, be loyal. And not only be loyal, but be supportive. So where should we focus our energies? On the people that have never given us the time of day, they never showed support, or should we continue to focus on the people that are giving us the recognition that we deserve? The advice is all about letting people compliment you. Whatever attention that you're getting, have faith that the people that you're coming across now are genuine. But just let your intuition continue to guide you. Because that's the only way to know for sure. For example, there have been people in my past that wanted to date me. And I already felt that something was off with them, but I decided to pray to God. I decided to even ask Archangel Michael for protection. God, please give me a sign if this union is sent by you. If it is not, then give me a sign. And I'm telling you, every time it exposed a lot of people. But then there was something that I had prayed in regards to someone. I'm not going to go too into detail about this, but I almost allowed my fears to get in the way of somebody genuinely special. And so I decided to pray, God, please give me a sign if this union was sent by you, and if it wasn't, please release them from my life. And when I tell you that after I prayed that, I almost pushed this person away. But the sign was that this person didn't let me push them away. They expressed what they wanted. They expressed how they felt. They are investing in me as I have in them. And it can't be denied. So it's making me realize, wow, fear-based thoughts. Don't let the past, you guys. Don't let your past experiences, and even what you're experiencing in the present with these jealous, hateful people, or rather, should I say envious, hateful people, don't let them get in your head, and don't let them be the reason why you push away somebody that is potentially a good partner, a good friend. You. You're patient here. Keep in mind, stronger than you allow yourself credit for. We need to give ourselves more credit. We need to start being avid supporters of our vision, of ourselves here. We need to be patient when it comes to love and friendship, when it comes to growing our business, when it comes to achieving success. We have to remain patient. Is being loud and boisterous, being forceful, trying to use intimidation tactics, using smear campaigns and flying monkeys to. The only way to come out ahead of that situation is not to get right in the middle of it and to show your ferocity and kind. The best way to handle somebody trying to actively bring you down and turn people against you is to not play the game. Remove yourself. Don't even announce that you're leaving their life. Just don't respond. Don't allow any lines of communication to remain open. Don't allow these people to stay in your mind and in your heart. Don't allow anybody else to convince you that you're not worthy. Because they need you to be convinced that you're less than, so they can continue to come out on top. Now, Phyllis, sweetie, I didn't know that you sent me a payment. If you sent it through PayPal, I'll go ahead and check it out here. Just give me a second. It looks like I did get it, sweetie. Yes, ma'am. Let me see. Aww. Okay, so she wanted a mini reading. Okay, thank you so much. See, 888. I like it. All right, sweetie, just give me a second and I'll do that for you. Now, and keep in mind, I think you're a Capricorn, but just, you know what I need from you. Now, my pleasure, dear. Now, I feel like home. How are we going to pay, whatever's that we're dealing with, this lockdown? What if this lasts all the way into this point? This stimulus check is not going to pay for this month and next month and next month. How am I going to get everything taken care of? There was a line that came through to me a few days ago, and that is, you cannot have faith in God and worry at the same time. When I tell y'all, mine was blown. I mean, something so simple as that can pack a punch. It makes you think. You cannot have faith in God and worry at the same time. And some of us don't realize, some of us are chronic worriers. A lot of us may be dealing with anxiety, as it is. So we already have anxiety. And then when we deal with external pressures or stressors, we start to spiral, or we start to stay in the mind too much. We start to view things to be bigger or more daunting than they really are. Maintain your faith in God. If you need guidance, pray for it right now. If you're feeling like you're disconnected from your intuition, I'm telling you right now, Archangel Michael has done wonders. And you know what? You guys can even check out Calling All Lightworkers, which is one of the videos I had done in the recent past here. Ever since I called on the gods and goddesses that I spoke to in that video, things have been shifting like that in a more positive direction. Everything that I had asked for in that video, you guys can go, you don't even have to chant with it or anything. Just go listen to it. If you resonate with it, great. But I advise everyone to check it out and go from there. But we're going to be getting a lot of attention. And for those of us dealing with psychopaths, narcopaths, sociopaths, all the aboves, they're going to feel the shift in your energy before you even realize that you're done with them. So you don't realize that you got discarded in the past. You don't realize that even people in your family have been trying to put you down because they see that you're growing. They see that you're doing better than them. See, a lot of people will support you as long as they feel like you're not doing better than them. But the minute that you even get one step ahead of them, they're threatened and the kid gloves come off. And that's where you start to see people's true colors. See, even with this virus situation, we're seeing the best in people and certain people, and then we're seeing the worst in certain people. And a lot of us that's dealing with this currently, we're starting to see a lot of ugliness. There's a lot of beautiful things as well. A lot of people coming together, uniting for the same cause, wanting to work together to help others in need, such as people that need clothes, people that need food, things of that nature. But then there are those that are just completely inconsiderate. They lack empathy, and all they care about is their bottom line. Now, check this out. Whatever we're faith in God, all will be provided to you at the right time. This right here, somebody is actively trying to stress you out, period, point blank. They're actively trying to throw you off course, throwing monkey wrenches in your plan. I mean, this is kind of what this looks like to me. And remember when I brought up the fact about somebody putting us in a position to where we need to defend ourselves because somebody may come at us with something hateful or something ugly or something just completely fabricated and untrue? Don't let them suck you in, you guys. Now, there are some things that we've been putting a lot of time and effort into when it comes to our goals, our creative projects, things like that. A lot of us may be feeling like we're ready to give up right now. But we need to maintain our faith. Right now, there's a lot going on that is a test of our faith. And this is not the time to allow fear to sabotage what you have going for you. Continue to keep taking those steps forward. Even when you feel like you're taking more steps backwards, as long as you continue to move forward, or no matter how many times you feel like you've fallen, get back up, dust yourself off. And if anybody that wants to fall away from your life, let them go. Because we're going to find out, if we don't already know this, we're going to find out who our real friends are, who really has our back. And if they decide to leave at our lowest point, if they decide that they don't want us or whatever the case may be, good riddance. There's obviously a reason why either you decided to walk away from someone or they decided to walk away or whatever has transpired. There's a reason. It's all a part of God's plan right now. Now, don't allow frustrations to get the better of you right now, you guys. You guys will start getting money here. News of new jobs or, even interviews later on down the line. Once everything starts to open back up, you will be able to take advantage of these opportunities coming your way. Some of you guys are getting a message from an earth sign here. And I really feel like a lot of us may be frustrated with having to cancel some travel plans or not being able to go out, not being able to hang around friends, things of that nature. And again, we need to display patience right now, because maybe it's a good thing that things aren't, moving as quickly as we would like them to, right? I see a lot of healing. I see victory, you guys. Oh my God. This is confirmation. Yo, I want to tell y'all so bad what's going on currently, but I'm going to just keep it to myself. I don't want to keep talking about myself. I've noticed that on these readings. So back to the collective, girl. So I feel like an Aquarius and an Earth sign, or whoever it is, I really feel like there's going to be some truth that will be told. And a lot more clarity on certain situations will be reached. There's going to be a delay in these things. And I blame Mercury retrograde for that. But at the end of the day, when we come out on the other side of whatever obstacles, trials, and tribulations that we're currently working through, yes, we will be victorious. Good fortune is coming our way. We will continue to maintain our peace. A lot of us have to keep certain doors closed so we can take advantage of the doors that are now opening for us in the present. We have to remain in the present, you guys. Don't think too far into the future or, of the past, because that will be the number one cause of self-sabotage. So focus more on being more in the present. Maintain your peace. If people are disrupting, reciprocating, do away with them. It may sting initially, but keep in mind, speaking your truth. And even if you have to cut off family members, do it now. Love. I'm telling you guys, oh my God. So love, this is real. So some of you guys are talking to somebody right now, or will be receiving communication from someone here where they're expressing that they want a relationship, or they may have expressed, hey, we're broken up now, or me and so broke up, and you guys just somehow end up reconnecting for some of you, or some of you guys may be finding someone new who had just came out of a relationship, and there may be some fears about coming together, but I do see that this person is genuine. This is the type of energy where somebody's talking about marriage. Somebody's talking about moving in. Somebody's talking about having kids together. If you hear a man bring these up on his own, even if he says, I'm not rushing, to have kids right now, and I'm not rushing to be married, but I'd like to know that you're on the same page as me. And some of you guys may be presented with that, and then it may kind of scare you a little bit because you're not used to that. So it's like you're starting to manifest money here, new homes. I'm telling you, a lot of good things are starting to come your way, you guys. Don't let any insecurities get to you, Continue to invest in yourself. Self-love, self-care. If you need a spa day, if you need time to rest, if you need to cut your phone on airplane mode, do it. Because especially to those where you're just bored of the connection, you notice that when y'all talk, you're not, it's just, I don't know, maybe somebody's insecurities are getting in the way of something here, and they're isolating themselves or what have you, or we've dealt with that. Don't yourself. I love this energy. Speak your truth, you guys. Now, I'm going to get on Phyllis's reading. So before I get on that, I want to thank all of you for joining me today. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. And Phyllis, I will go ahead and do your reading now. Let's see, guys and goddesses, what message do you have for Phyllis Glenn? Please give me a mini reading for Phyllis Glenn. What messages does she need to see? And Phyllis, are you a Capricorn? Am I remembering that correctly? Oh. Okay. Okay. All right. That Eight of Swords came out again, girl. I don't know what you're thinking about, but take some time to disconnect from social media for a little while. Take some time to get some rest. I feel like there's somebody coming in, girl. It's looking like you may in fact be presented with a relationship or some sort of offer here. Oh, she, her. Sure, you're more than welcome to get a reading. I do those for $20 for a 1-question reading. You're more than welcome to do that through PayPal. And if you need other information such as Cash App or Venmo, I also have that as well, or you can do it through Super Chat. It's completely up to you. Yeah, I'll put that up. Give me a second, Phyllis. And if anyone else would like one as well, you guys can do it. Phyllis did here. Yes, ma'am. You're more than welcome to pay. Oops, that Cash App one is incorrect. Put up Cash App. Let me fix it. I'll put up Cash App. Okay, here you go. My Cash App is Mistress Lotus 88. See, look, that 8888 and 88, y'all. Okay, now Phyllis. Girl, so I see a relationship on the horizon. I really do. I see that you are finding balance. You are meeting somebody who is equally yoked. Okay, in the words of R.C. Blake's, girl, y'all are equally yoked. And let me pull out a few more for you. All right, so I feel like you're a little bit confused about what to do right now. You've dealt with a lot of liars and cheaters in your past, and there's a lot on your mind that could be associated with what has happened in the past. And I don't think that you're used to being presented with somebody who is on the same level as you here. You're not sure what to make of this person. And I feel like you may have a lot of choices right now. Okay, she, her, thank you very much. I'll look out for that notification. But I feel like you have a lot of choices, Phyllis. And there's someone in particular that piques your interest, but you may still be on the fence about who you should let go of and who you should keep. But there's somebody here that's genuine. So you have a full cup and they have a full cup. Now, this 3 of Wands reverse tells me a lot. So in the near future, there's going to be a delay here. So if you're supposed to make a decision about who you want to be with, or if they're supposed to decide what they want, or whatever the case may be, there's going to be a delay in that. And personally, I want to bring to your attention again of Mercury retrograde. So I feel like that might have a lot to do with it. There may be some plans that you guys make that may end up having to be canceled or delayed, but that's okay. Just right now, give yourself some time to yourself so you can figure out what you want to do. And personally, I feel like it's somebody that's new, that's come into your life. And be wary of somebody. I see air and water coming up. You can tell me or correct me if so, but I feel like there is an air sign here that is acting single and would like to remain single. There's a water sign here that's really iffy to me because it's the Knight of Chalices in reverse. They're not really making an effort. So they may have been making an effort before, but they're not now. If you've been waiting on money, money's coming in. If you're dealing with any delays with that, it won't be too much longer, by the way. But yeah, give yourself some time to think about what you need to do when it comes to that. Be wary of family members gossiping as well. Beware of jealous people, and beware, especially when it comes to one of these choices here. They may have showered you in money, gifts, and attention. But now all of a sudden maybe you decided to hold off on being physically intimate or whatever the case may be. Maybe they felt like they didn't get their way. And so now they're not going to continue to give you the attention and praise that they may have been before. So that they need to go. Okay. But yeah, that's, you said you wanted a mini read. So that is what I have for you, Phyllis. She says, you're right. Good. Okay. Awesome. Now, she, her, let me check in with my Cash App for a second, sweetie. Okay, she, her, let me know if you're in here yet, because my pleasure, Phyllis. Let me know if you're still in here, because I haven't gotten anything yet, and I'm not sure if maybe you're doing that now. Now, if there's anybody else, as stated before, the link's up there for my PayPal, Cash App is there, and Venmo, for anybody that may have that, here is my Venmo. Okay. Okay, she says I'm doing it now. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. Uh-oh. Look, everybody's like, you know what, girl? We've been chilling this long. We out, girl. We out, B. And she, her, when you're through, just send me your sign and your question. Oh, hell no. Okay, I just got your Cash App, sweetie, and you're a Capricorn. Alrighty, guys and goddesses, what messages do you have for she, her, who is a Capricorn? It's a cute name, by the way, she, her. Please give me the messages regarding her career and finances, please. Thank you. And if anybody else wanted to do theirs, you're more than welcome to let me know. If not, then you guys can hang out and watch if you'd like. But other than that, y'all know I love y'all. Now, hold on. Let me ask you the cards again, guys and guys. What messages do you have for she, her, who is a Capricorn? Look, all the Capricorns in the house today. Okay. I see y'all showing love today. I love it. Please give me messages regarding she, her, and her career and finances, please. I'm going to shuffle this a little bit more here. So I'm sensing that there might be a little bit of stagnance when it comes to you trying to make progress in work. If you do have a job currently, then there may be a situation where you've either decided to let that situation go, or it just may be a whole situation regarding what's going on around us with this whole lockdown. I mean, there could be a cut of hours or a shortage of opportunities, so it seems, at this current time. Now, I'm going to shuffle this one good time and cut the deck here, and we'll lay it out. All right. So right now, I see that you're focused on the long term. So keep moving forward. You're maintaining your balance here. You know, you're not really letting anything outside of you affect you, which is a good attitude to maintain along this journey. But there could still be some things going on where you may have, in fact, dealt with the loss when it comes to career. Maybe there were some conflicts in the workplace. Maybe somebody was trying to start some mess, or, you know how office politics go, where there's a lot of gossiping, or, you know, people are just butting heads trying to one up each other, or to appear as though, you know, they're the best worker while putting down other employees as well. Now, I see that you will, in fact, get word if you are, in fact, looking for a new position. I do see that not only will you be recognized for your skills here, but you will be offered a position here after you get an interview. There's going to be a delay in you receiving word about, you know, being considered for a position. Would you like to come in for an interview? I'm also seeing that you will be able to start training here. You could even be in, you know, in position for being a team lead, things of that nature. Now, let me lay this out for you. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of competition. I really do feel like there's something here that you're restless about right now. Maybe you've been working a bit too much. You haven't really had time. Okay, so you are working at the hospital, so you already have a job. Yeah, there's something here. Be wary of people that are trying to start fights here, because like I said before, this is interesting that I mentioned this before I laid these out. People competing with other people. Everybody's competing with each other. You know, they may appear as though they're friendly with you, but then they'll do petty things or start drama to get in the way. I feel like it's causing you a lot of stress here. There could be people that you're working together with, and I feel like you guys are a good unit. But you may end up deciding that you want to leave it behind because the stress and the environment is just toxic. Now, I feel like right now with the Six of Pentacles reversed, you're working on paying off some debts. And with this current position, there could be some favoritism going on. I'm hearing about that from my guides. And while you're trying to pay off your debts here, this position is not only not paying you your worth, but I feel like there's just a lot of imbalance. So you may be getting more of the workload than certain people. If you did, in fact, already do your taxes in regards to your stimulus check, you'll be able to pay off your debts with that, or at least to begin the process of paying off your debt. So it will take some weight off your shoulders with that. But you're in two minds about whether you should stay or go. And what I'm seeing is this is not only a toxic environment, but they're definitely not paying you what you're worth. So right now, if you are in fact looking for a new job, just expect some delays with making progress with that. See, yeah, the Eight of Cups reverse came back out again. It's draining you. You're feeling like you're stuck in the situation. You feel like it's a hopeless situation. You're not happy. You're not happy in this situation at all. I do feel like if you have any business ideas and you want to start your own business, maybe that would be good for you to do on the side while you're working on paying off debts and things like that. Keep to yourself as much as possible while you're at this current workplace position. But you will, in fact, be able to, for example, if you did get your stimulus check, you're able to stack on top of that and do what you needed, do what you need to do from there. So if you've had any concerns about finding new work, not only will you find something that will give you long-term financial stability, but you may even get an upgraded position. So you may move up from, let's say, just a regular employee to a managerial position, or so on and so forth, because of your skills. So you may have a lot of years behind you in your career right now, and you've not only have the experience, but you have the credentials to back it up. So the education and the experience combined, when you're looking for a new position, you're able to find something better than what you have. Now, I also feel like if you are competing for a promotion, okay, now that I don't know if you are or not, but this is what comes through as well. If you are competing for other people for a promotion, there will be a lot of pettiness. So people will be arguing in the workplace here coming up. People will start arguments just to try and be able to go tell somebody this, and this happened. But keep fighting for that, and keep in mind that in case something comes up where somebody may get in the way of your progress, or your manager is not really being fair and there is some favoritism going on, have a backup to where you're looking for another position at the same time. And I'm sure that if that promotion doesn't work out, you'll find something better. There's somebody jealous of you. So if you know somebody that's a fire sign or somebody that has kids in your workplace, be wary of that, because she's jealous. If there are people is there somebody sleeping with the boss? Because that just came through. Show me the Five of Wands. Oh, okay. All right. So, okay. So, wow. So somebody's going to blow up at work. Somebody's going to be pissed off about something. They're going to blow up at work. And you're just going to be maintaining your emotional balance. You're not going to let it affect you. Continue to have this attitude, because you're on the right track. And that's how you will outshine everybody else here who's getting all worked up, who's arguing with each other and starting BS. You know what I mean? Being petty, trying to get under other people's skin. The more you continue to maintain your emotional balance, the better your result of getting that promotion will be. But you may end up deciding to walk away. Now, I know you didn't ask me about love, but if there's somebody from your past that's trying to come in and upset you or cause problems, please leave it alone. I know you didn't ask me about that, sweetie, but please leave it alone. Because, and whoever this is freaking out on the job or having an emotional outburst, screaming, cussing, doing whatever, could be a friend. Maybe you have a friend in the company that's doing all this extra. Stay out of it. Let me wrap this up. What is this Three of Pentacles? Your money will be fine. See, and I knew this was going to come out, bro. Like, I knew it. When we saw the Emperor reversed earlier in the collective, girl, he came out again. So if you have somebody, okay, whoever this is, whoever your boss is, or whoever is running the entire business, whoever's above your boss, it could be your manager, your supervisor or superior, or it could be the person above this person that I'm referring to, okay? But this person is really abusive, seriously. So they'll try, again, this is the type of person that will try to blame their employees for a mistake that they themselves made. I keep seeing that. Now, there's going to be a lot of stress that you're going to have to go through, but just keep pushing forward and continue to stand your ground about what you want with this promotion, because the proof is in the pudding. The time that you spent at this company and all the effort that you've made, they can't deny it unless they do something underhanded. So watch out for that. But I do suggest that you look for something new while you're in the process of that. See, Seven of Swords. Somebody's being sneaky, lying. You know, they're not being fair. So that is what I have for you. Somebody may try to start crap, so just be wary of that. Be on your guard. And let me know how that was for you, sweetie, because that was a lot, girl. That's crazy. Let me see. Let me make sure. Because I just saw somebody else paid. I think. Unless that was from before. Give me a second, you guys. Okay. Nope, we are good. Let me see. Oh, I missed what you said. Oh, yes, you are awesome. Thank you very much, you guys, for booking a reading with me. I really do appreciate that. Thank you all for hanging out with me up until this point. But I will see you guys very soon, so stay tuned. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. And most of all, stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love. Mwah. Love y'all. Bye.